explain your strategy and where you picked it up from.
Well, like I've told people, the very first thing I did when I got the call to be on Jeopardy was I sat down in front of my computer and Googled Jeopardy strategy. And I started reading what came up. And I didn't really have to do that much work. Jeopardy's been around for 30 years. There's people at this website, the J Board, who talk about Jeopardy strategy. There's the J Archive, where all the clues from all the past games have been compiled by fans. And Keith Williams does a blog, The Final Wager, that I pretty much used as, my tutorial for how to wager in Final Jeopardy. So the information's just, it's all out there. It's just a matter of making use of it. And everything I've done has been done by past champions. Roger Craig, Dave Madden, Chuck Forrest, which is why jumping around the board's called the Forrest Bounce. So. And
you jump around the board because you're looking for daily doubles, is that right?
Yeah, it's a couple of things. It's looking for daily doubles, trying to get those early on because those are very, very important. They can turn the course of the game around. Trying to get as much money as I can without leaving money on the board. If they cut to commercial and there's still clues uncovered, that's money that you left on the table. And yeah, it's also to keep an edge over my opponents, keep them on their toes instead of making myself predictable. It's one of the few choices you have in the game is what clues you pick, and if you make yourself predictable, you give up a huge edge.
So the strategy obviously only works if you know the answer to the question. Were you worried at all about that, if there was a category that you knew nothing about?
Well, I think people did notice that when I buzzed in on a sports question that was a daily double, that I bet $5 because I knew I was very unlikely to get that daily double and I wanted to keep it away from the other players. For the most part, though, you don't ever have to buzz in, except unless it's a daily double. So if you don't know, you just keep your mouth shut. The key is to know what categories are most likely to come up in Jeopardy, which you can tell by watching the show. And if you're not as strong as you'd like to be on those, just study really hard. And that's the other thing I did in the month before the show, just study the things that I know are going to be on Jeopardy.
What do you think when people call you a villain, when people root against you? You seem like a nice kid to me.
I think some of it is in jest. I think a lot of it is in jest, and I don't mind, being the heel, as they call it in wrestling, waiting for someone to take me down. I think some people actually are offended, and my response to them would just be, it's a game and we're playing for real money. So I understand if you find me an unpleasant person or find me unpleasant to watch. My feelings are a little bit hurt by that, but ultimately, it's $10,000 or more every time you win a game of Jeopardy, and my primary concern up there was taking home the money for me and my wife.
Well, Arthur, you don't seem unpleasant at all to me, but what do you say to people who say that what you're doing is like counting cards at a blackjack table, or you're messing up the flow or even the integrity of the game, that there's a pure way to play?
Well, the thing I would say is that if you don't like card counting at a blackjack table, you can make it against the rules, and casinos actually do. If you don't think something is sportsmanlike, ultimately you can make a rule against it. What's weird to me is that the first person to do this was Chuck Forrest in 1985, which was season 2 of the Alex Trebek version of Jeopardy. That's when I was 1 year old. So it's come up over and over again. Watson, the computer, did it, and those were hardly obscure games. There were news stories all over the place about what Watson did. There were news stories about Roger Craig. It seems like people do it and it generates some attention, and then people forget about it again. So it's one of those issues that just keeps coming up. Hopefully, now that this is going viral for whatever reason, either more people will do it and will change the way Jeopardy is played, or if they really don't want Jeopardy to be played that way, they can actually make it against the rules and change the game. So,
well, Arthur, too, we wish you the best of luck. Of course, this has been done before, but the public generally has not the greatest memory in the world. We wish you the best of luck. Thanks for being on the show.